Welcome guys, welcome to Ultrasound. In this video, we're going to be going through the white paper of a game called Illuvium. Illuvium is an open world RPG. It's crypto based, and if you're not into crypto, you don't understand crypto, don't worry. We've been in crypto for a while, and we've been in the DeFi space for a while, and so we're going to hopefully just enlighten people if it feels like it's a bit mystified, the whole crypto side of things. But yeah, we're literally going to go straight into the white paper. And with me is Josh. Say hello, Josh.
Hello. And specifically, we're covering the game overview of the white paper.
That's right. We're specifically going over the game overview. And I didn't introduce myself, but I'm Brad. So Brad and Josh, welcome guys. And so yeah, we're just going to go through, literally read it. So maybe if you guys are just listeners, go ahead and just, cook your dinner and listen away. So yeah, you ready, Josh?
Yes, I am.
Heck yeah, man. All right. So this is the game overview of Illuvium. The intro. You take the role of a survivor of a transport vessel in the Intergalactic Space Fleet investigating a perplexing distress beacon. When you finally reach the origin of a call, you discover a ruined planet, possibly the mythical cradle of your race's civilization. A vast crystal ocean engulfs all but a tiny fraction of the planet. Extreme weather events assault the surface, giving way to strikingly varied climates. A burst of radiation disables the ship's engine, and you slam into the planet's surface. Crawling free from the wreckage, you discover majestic beasts, aka Pokemon, some with near godlike power. Could this be what caused the downfall of this planet? Luckily, your race has begun to master the same energy that the Illuvials harness, and you are able to capture and control the deity-like fauna into silvers of crystal, called shards, mined from the planet's surface. To uncover the mysteries of the planet, you become a hunter. Traveling across the land, subduing and capturing Illuvials and trying to unlock obelisks that keep most of the world closed off. So that, I feel like that last sentence there is definitely gameplay based. The fact that you're on this mysterious planet, you become a hunter, which I'm interested in, and I hopefully will find out more about us as the hunter, because this is like a Pokemon-like game, right? And from what I understand, Josh, you haven't really played Pokemon much at all. Apparently, you're just a little bit too old.
Just a small bit. Most would say that you're never too old to play Pokemon.
Oh, you're never too old, mate. The new one's coming out so, early next year, and I'm keen for it. But I am more keen for Illuvium, to be honest, because of the ownership, and that's, I guess, one of the things that we will go into. But you will be able to own. So one of the the gameplays is that you'll capture Illuvials. They're the creatures. They're the Pokemon types, and yeah, when you capture them, and this is where the blockchain crypto comes into it, and this is where this is industry changing stuff. And this game is, I feel like, going to set precedents for other games. But when you capture these Illuvials, you're gonna be able to, you will own them. Unlike, let's say, for instance, you go on the Fortnite and you go buy your skins and you're spending money into these skins, you do not get you don't actually own them. If your account gets banned, if you happen just to forget your passwords to that account, or if simply Fortnite just stops being produced, and those skins are worth nothing, and they're really just worth nothing outside of your own personal value, which has been fine in games. But where else in the world have we really experienced where we don't actually experience true ownership when we buy things? There's not many scenarios like that, except video games. It's been a really interesting thing when I've been thinking about it, is that video games is this weird place where like, and I guess the digital realm, you don't really own very much, but that's where crypto changes things. And the best application of that is, or better said, the blockchain is what changes it. And games is just literally the best place. So a bit of rambling there, but I guess I just wanted to give anyone that's not like a crypto native that the main thing that you're going to just be so impressed with is when you go out and you catch it, you own it. Now, when you own it, you can transfer it to someone, you can sell it, you can buy it, you can buy others. There'll be a true economic economy. Is there anything that you want to sort of say from this intro, Josh?
Yeah, actually. So why don't you give us a comparison of what it would be like for a more centralized game where we have something that we purchase in the game that we don't necessarily own, and we can't really do what we want with it per se outside of the game, so that people can understand the difference.
So how would the Fortnite example be different? Like,
perfect.
So
I think, yep, Fortnite would be perfect. So explain, like, as far as the skins in Fortnite, right? We can buy them. We can do, add them to our characters. We can do anything we want inside the game. But if Fortnite was ever to shut down, we lose all our assets. We lose everything that we ever spent in that game on that character. And the difference is that when you go to something on the blockchain that is more decentralized, I will actually own that asset, and I can choose to sell it. I can take it with me. I can take it out of the game. I can put it back in the game. And that makes all the world a difference because I'm truly owning those assets.
Yes. And this is just like, this way of thinking about it is just the top, like the top of the iceberg, because there is, like, one of the first things that actually went to my mind when I was learning about this was like, oh wait, so imagine you get your Fortnite skins, right? And then this new indie game pops up and they want to attract some Fortnite players to their game. So what they could do is say, if you have this skin, that skin, if it was an NFT, like, let's say that all skins in Fortnite are NFTs, you can, if you have that skin, then it's going to do this in our game. And then people will go, heck yeah. And so they go make sure that they have that skin, buy that skin up. And then this new indie game has been able to attract a bunch of the market of Fortnite, because they're just like, heck yeah, I get to use this skin to do something awesome. Maybe it's unlock a loot box, or maybe it's that it actually is a weapon in the game. And I've actually played a game like this. I actually did this with a company, a blockchain company called Engine, and they did this cross-game metaverse thing. And it's the first of its kind, right? Where basically I would go into one game, I'd do whatever I needed to do, and I would get this NFT that was like a sword, and then I'd go to another one and it was a helmet, and then I'd do another one and it was the bodysuit. And then, like, it was the armor. And then I got those three things and I went into another game. And then all of those three things that I got from other games, I brought it into the last game called Lost Relics. And I was able to actually, they turned that into a suit in their game, a whole set of armor and sword that I could go defeat a boss with. And then I got this NFT. And it was like, it's like, it's surreal. Like, nothing like that happens in these games. Like, collaborations are going to be unreal. And seriously, even those two things of owning, like radical ownership of NFTs, but then like no, it's not NFTs. It's like, they are NFTs. And I guess we've been talking about NFTs and people are like, what the heck are NFTs? That is another video, and we'll do it. We'll do it, and we'll explain NFTs. But just know that they are they're just like tokens that you can own, just singular tokens. But what was I saying? Like, it's just the top of the iceberg what you can do with these with games. Like, but Illuvium has taken it to a whole nother level that we won't get into right now. But there's governance, there's like, and there's going to be, like, we even went down a rabbit hole the other day talking about like leveraging, like collateralizing like the creatures to be able to do all sorts of rad stuff. And I'm like, now we're bringing like decentralized finance into a video game. It's just, oh, I can't wait for the future, bro. But Illuvium's the start of it. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, it's limitless, and I think it's important to realize that not only owning those assets gives you ownership, so you actually own those things. So for the collectors out there, they can be proud of their collection of everything that they've won and gained within the game. But also, it's important to understand that it brings a revenue stream, because say you want to get out of the game, you can sell those assets. Say you don't need those assets anymore in the game because it doesn't affect your gameplay, you can sell the ones you don't need.
Yep.
And it's a source of revenue.
Yep. And that is all to say. And the buzzword of the past couple months in NFT world has been that we haven't even touched on play to earn, that there is a way to actually make money playing video games at true economic value, like, which is and this is sort of what they're trying to do in Illuvium too. So I guess we've sort of, we went on a bit of a tangent here, and I think that that's sort of what we're going to do when we talk through this, is give our takes on this. But like, we're really impressed with what Illuvium's got and what crypto's got in store for us, and so okay, are we keen to get back into it?
Let's roll.
Cool.
Let's go.
So to finish that off, again, in this game, we are uncovering the mysteries of the planet. We become a hunter. We travel across lands, subduing and capturing Illuvial. So we're basically battling them until they faint. They don't die, we're told. And obviously you don't want them to die because you want to catch them. And then try to unlock the obelisk, which I didn't actually know this. So also, guys, this is like our first take on this stuff as well. Like, we've listened to a bunch of podcasts from Kieran and a bunch of really good interviewers, but we're still learning ourselves. And these obelisks are going to give us access to other parts of the world from what we understand, and we'll learn more later, will give you access to higher level, higher tier Illuvials.
It's like to me, I suppose that's supposed to be like a padlock on a door, and it allows you to get into that next part of the world.
Yes, but it's going to be special, and you're going to go into this obelisk, and it's going to teleport.
Oh yeah, it's much more special. I brought it down to the layman.
Yes, that's right. That's right. It's just a door that gets you into another area. Now, something to note that these guys have said, game is in development and all details are subject to change. And I guess with that quickly just being said, guys, we're going to have to do another video on this as well, but this game is actually owned by the token holders of sILV, the Illuvium token. This is all powered by the blockchain. And when I say owned, I'm meaning that it's being run by an organization called a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. Is it autonomous? I think it is. And a DAO, like, they've created in such a way that there is actually a council that of people that have been voted in and by the community that can actually make proposals based on what the community's asked. It's literally like real government. And then when they create these proposals and they go public, then the actual public who own the token and are staking, and staking is basically like a savings account. As long as you're holding and you're in that savings account, for your Illuvium, which is very lucrative, by the way, and we'll talk about that later as well in another video. You will be able to vote on these proposals and decide on. It's not just like actual gameplay things. If there is a proposal that comes through and ends up getting voted on and passed that literally changed the gameplay, like for instance, they go out on version 1 and version 1's out and people are loving it, but they're like, we want it to become, people are like, we want it to be an MMO. This needs to be an MMO, massive multiplayer online game. Well, the community can vote on that, and then the developers that are getting paid by the treasury of the DAO, it will build it. And so it's pretty gnarly. And so this game is subject to change, but this is the first version, the first iteration that that these guys are giving. So
it's funny you say that, because as far as the massive multiplayer, I think there's actually plans for it to eventually become that. Initially, when it rolls out, it won't be that way. I mean, there will be tournaments where you can interact with other people, but it won't be an open, massive multiplayer game. But down the road, I did hear Kieran say that that is the ultimate goal.
Yes, well, actually, what I heard him say, and this is what is even cooler, is that as much as he wants that to happen, it needs to be proposed and voted on.
Absolutely.
You know, so
for sure.
So even though he's a co-founder, he doesn't actually have the power to do it, which is
right.
Like what like video game company gives up power like that?
Exactly. The proposals are coming, but they can be voted down.
Imagine Blizzard going, hey, like, yeah, we're gonna give the decision power over to all of the players. Like that, never gonna happen. But you know, this is why. Let
alone the revenue share for the entire platform and game.
Literally, guys, the whole revenue share of this game will be delivered to the people who are in that savings account. The whole revenue, like, it is like distributed according to the weight of how much you hold of the whole supply to you. It's surreal. That does raise a question that I don't know, is how does the team, and we should write this down or just remember it, but how does the team make the money? Like, because yes, we propose MMO. I know that like the DAO will get some revenue, but I guess like will they start paying for there's a 100-person team with Illuvium, right? Like they need to get paid to do these things. We still will need Kieran and like the executive team to keep working and getting paid a salary of some sort, I would assume. Well,
down the road, I think, but if you look in the tokenomics, I do believe the team, there is a cut for the team for now, right? Down the road, yes, they will need to continue to make money. But right now, out of 10 million tokens, there is 1,500,000 that is set aside for the team, and that's only 15%.
That's not dollars.
No, Illuvian tokens.
And how much is Illuvium right now? I
right
think it's around
now,
450, I think.
Yep.
So they've got a lot of
465.
Oh, dude, we're going up at the moment. Hey, yo.
We are going up.
Let's go. Guys, we're staking and we're pretty happy about it.
I was hoping it was gonna come down though. So I could buy more. It
came down, bro. All right. Well, we better move on. So,
yes.
What are Illuvials? The planet's core spills out a strange radiation that the beasts harness. Guys, Josh, I just want to say, dude, like this totally taking I'm so used to crypto games being just objective truths. Like it's all very, it's not creative. It's like, now this creature will just do this, and they will have attack and they will have defenses, and it will have stats and this and that, and it's all just very factual. Whereas these guys are going, here's a story, and here's the gameplay elements of the story. And it's like, because crypto games are not like this. Like for anyone that's coming from the mainstream world and listening to this, you're like mainstream gaming world, you'd expect this type of thing. But in the crypto gaming space, where there are multi-billion-dollar like valued companies out there, they don't go to this level. And so like, and if anyone's listening to this sooner when this video is out, like we're early guys, so I would totally get involved and get interested in this game if this does interest you. But I love that as much as this is like, this is a Git book, right? And I'm so used to it being so technical. Yet it's just so it's so creative, like so anyway, I'll get back in.
So a lot of the creativity, I believe a lot of it came out of the mind of Aaron Warwick, who is the brother of Kieran, and also Kane, who runs Synthetics. Is that correct?
Yes, I don't know about the names, but yes.
The names are correct. I got the names right.
You got the names right. Yeah. No. Synthetics is the right DeFi protocol, which is a multi-billion-dollar protocol as well, from what I understand. So yeah, the family has crypto running through their veins.
Yeah, and gaming, and
gaming. That's
developers. Right. I mean, they're good.
100%. All right, so what are Illuvials? The planet's core spills out a strange radiation that the beasts harness to grow, mutate, and unleash deadly attacks. Some Illuvials are easy to find and incredibly rare. They are found across a vast landscape. The radiation itself pulses in a non-organic way that seems vaguely familiar. There are more than 100 Illuvials to find and collect throughout the world, each possessing unique abilities. They form symbiotic relationships with one another based on common affinities or classes called synergies. I'm pretty sure synergies comes from what's the game that I referred to? Teamfight Tactics. It's so, and that's the type of battling. When we talk about Pokemon, it's Pokemon collecting, but and catching, because the shards are like the Pokeballs, but the battle is different. And I actually love that, because the battling in Pokemon is just so, in my opinion, it is what it is, but it's outdated, and I love the fact that they're very So speaking on the battle of Pokemon, so I don't know anything about Pokemon, but one could take from the battle type of Pokemon and say that it's very almost like 2D. Like, so if you know what the card does, you know how to respond to that. So you know what needs to be thrown down. Versus an auto battler, which it's more strategized, because I guess you have to come up with a strategic team that's going to destroy the other team, because it has no true skill, I guess, as far as when I say skill, I mean muscle twitch fiber skill, like physical skill. There we go. Well, I would say though, I watched some Teamfight Tactics pros, and dude, they are moving their mouse very fast.
Are they really?
Oh, dude, they are selling and buying and selling and buying, and their brain is thinking so fast, because there are timers, and so So
I need to dive into that then, because I have not played that game yet.
Yeah, no, you should definitely play it. It does have skill. You could, but it has such a early, like, it's so friendly to a newbie as well. Like, because they do auto fight. Like, so I guess we didn't say this, but you sort of referred to it. It's an auto battler, auto chess type fighting game, battle type. So yeah. It's going to be interesting. So synergies though is sort of like you have like you'll be able to, like, I guess, and actually there's a photo. I'll just quickly move over here. So I'm looking at the Twitter post that they recently actually did of their, it's similar to like their Squirtle, their Charmander, and their Bulbasaur. Dude, you're not a Pokemon guy, so I can't even like.
I'm not.
You know Pikachu, right?
I know what Pikachu is.
Well, basically though, there's a water, there's a fire, there's a grass type. So you can see, well, here you go, water, fire, nature. And so what's interesting when you see like you know, for this Atlas Illuvial, water and guardian, you're looking at a that would be their synergies. And so if you then put onto the field of the team multiple that have water, then they're gonna relate and synergize with each other and be able to like be stronger in that particular element, that particular synergy. So maybe the base layer of water is that it's just like, you know, you've got 10% damage, but if you have two people that have water, then their water damage has now been given an extra 30%. Like, and so you want these synergies because it bulks up your whole team, which is pretty sweet. And so like I'm trying to find it, but I guess I can't see it here. But you could have, like, let's say that like this guy had Slayer, the same as the how do you say that, Rampart, like, and so if they both had Slayer, you could chuck them both on the field, and even though like this is Maelstrom and this is fire, they would still be able to like they would synergize with each other. So anyway, it's so that's what but these two parts of the Illuvial are what are the synergies. So going back to that though, using a hybrid synergy system, Illuvials are stronger when working as a team in a battle arena. So make sure to collect synergizing pairs to maximize your chance of victory. Different synergies create different bonuses for your team, allowing you to outplay your opponent, even if they have Illuvials with more raw power than you. And I remember Kieran saying, like, basically, if some rich whale just goes ahead and just buys a bunch of awesome like Illuvials, if they don't understand the game and they don't understand synergies, and they like, then their team's not going to do very well. And there is live elements that you every round you've got new things that are changing, and you need to know. So you can't just buy with raw power. You need to understand the game. And I love that, because I guess one thing that centralized games do well is that you basically can't buy your way to the top in most games, or it's very clunky and like against terms of service if you did that. So anyway, Fusion allows you to merge multiple Illuvials. So Fusion, I'm pretty sure, is evolution to Pokemon. Fusion allows you to merge multiple Illuvials of the same type into a more powerful beasts with different attributes, sometimes belonging to a completely different class or type. Remember that some lines of Illuvials are very rare and hard to find, making their fused form even more difficult to discover. This is going to be so fun, dude.
Oh, it is going to be amazing.
All right, you ready for team building?
Yes.
All right.
Let's hit it.
Team building. In the immersive environment of this shattered planet, Illuvials phase in and out of existence and will be hard to track, both to hunt and avoid. But when you do, don't expect an easy fight. Once the battle starts, each Illuvial will find an enemy to engage in combat, aided by your in-game character who possesses technology advanced enough to stand firm against these incredibly powerful creatures. That is unique.
Yep.
So in Pokemon, that I wasn't sure of. Yeah, so in Pokemon, your character does nothing. They're nothing. They throw a Pokeball and that's all they do. They throw a Pokeball. The Pokeball comes back to them. They don't even need to pick it up. It just comes back and goes in their pocket.
Nice.
It's just they're lazy. They don't do anything. They're not strong. Whereas when I was hearing these interviews, they were talking about like weapons, and I was like, Illuvials, I can't imagine Illuvials holding weapons. Maybe they will, I'm not sure, but you as a character yourself will be able to stand firm against these incredibly powerful creatures. That is really interesting. Dude, we need to get into an interview with Kieran. I would love to pick his brain about this type of stuff.
Oh, dude. Oh, for sure.
Right.
I told you I've been wanting to talk to him just to tell him all the ideas I have to make his game so much better. Yeah. All right.
And he'll be like, take it to the governance chat. All right. So keep in mind the synergies between Illuvials. It can be the difference between victory and defeat. Engage the mysterious Illuvials in battle, and if you win, they can be stored in a shard where they will accompany you on a personal odyssey. So that's also different, because with Pokemon, you want to get them down to a point where they're almost fainted, but they're not. So you don't want the Pokemon to faint, because if they faint, they just disappear, which is a bit strange. You know, you'd think that that'd be the easiest time to catch, but no, you need to get them down to a point where they've got a little bit of health. So with this though, you defeat them and then you catch. So next, if you're dealing with stronger Illuvials, be sure to use a stronger shard. So shards are Pokeballs. Otherwise, you risk losing that rare creature forever. I love the consequence of, like, you've got a rare Illuvial in front of you, and if you don't catch them, like, literally you could be staring your face at like $1,000, because you can look at these Illuvials with monetary value. You can look at them with dollars or Ethereum and go like, oh my gosh, this, like, you know, you see that he's ready to be caught and be fought. You quickly jump on like the marketplace. You're like, he's worth $1,000. Damn! Oh, Frank, like, we gotta catch him. It's just
for sure.
It's so cool.
Definitely. Is it possible for you to drop one of the human characters in for anyone to see?
Let's. You sent me a photo. Yep. Let me.
So that was one of the character leaks.
So I think, how do I get this onto show in folder? Where are you? There we go. Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so they like, these guys are going for like really detailed, high poly, like.
Dude, the art is amazing. Like, literally, look at the strands of hair. I mean, they have left no detail out, even down to the freckles. Like, it is just amazing.
I guess one thing that I've, like, you know, I've covered games, you know, previously, like in a past life, and it's one thing to show renders like this, but then the in-game it will be quite different. So I am interested to see how that'll be handled. But the fact that they're going to this type of detail, it does show
on the block, like with blockchain games, also.
If you're beyond 8-bit, then you are detailed.
Exactly. I mean, this is next level.
Yeah, no, exactly. Okay, where were we? So okay, combat will make them stronger. So I didn't know this. Okay, which it makes sense to the Pokemon world, but there's so much that's different here. I wasn't sure. So combat will make them stronger, grow in levels, and develop their power. Once you collect 3, that have reached their threshold level, you can fuse them together into a single more powerful creature. That's sick. Okay. All right. So you gotta catch them. You gotta max them out at highest level that they can be, and then they can fuse. So this is like, okay, let's bring it back to this, like, this picture of like the Squirtle, the Charmander, the Bulbasaur, of this game. Basically, I need to get 3 Atlases. Then I need to battle with them, like each individually, to get them up to a point where they're the max level, whatever that is. And I don't think it's this one. I think it might be even like the 16 that's over here, because I don't know. I don't know how the levels work, but because I know that these are tiers, because you can also have an Atlas that's a higher, like a tier 5. So, I'm interested. Oh, okay. There's so many questions I have. Okay.
Yeah.
But regardless,
Tons.
you get 3 tier 1 Atlases. You level them up completely. Then you can fuse them together to get an Axon. And so then, but then you need to get really 9 Atlases, get them all the same level, fuse each of them together into 3 Axons that then those 3 Axons, you got to level those up, and then you can create an Axodon. So
that would be my thinking for sure. I mean, that requires some gameplay.
That requires it, but this is where this is because there's got to be, you can't give, like, so with the play to earn, there's got to be actual economic value. Like, you can't give away like value for free. And so for people that really want to play this game well, they're like, just like a card game, sometimes you got to pay. This is the way I see this, right? Is that this game is a card game. But unlike any other card game, and I guess with a card game, you need to go and buy your cards. You can buy a starter set, but you're not going to be that good. You need to then go ahead and buy some extra cards that actually synergize together and work well together. And so you got to pay up. Like, that's just, no one questions that that's what you got to do with a card game because it's tangible. But once we went into the digital world with video games, it didn't make sense. And so we haven't really seen this type of gameplay and this type of thinking in video games because digital things are easy to multiply. But now that they're on the blockchain, they're actual NFTs, they're actually valuable. Now you come back to the card game mentality. But where this is different and so much cooler than a card game is that, card games are cool. I'm nothing against card games, but I'm just saying, with a card game, you can't play the game and get more cards. There isn't an element of the game where you can just play it and get more value, get more cards, build up your team. You cannot do that. You have to buy. And if the card that you want happens to be rare, then you have to fork it out. You have to fork out the money. Or you have to be a lucky guy that has a pack and happens to open it. Whereas, and so that's just, people are just used to that. No one questions that. But you would question that in a video game, except for a game like this. And so I'm really quite excited with this idea of play to earn, because there's going to be some people out there that are like, you know what? I don't really care about the whole playing side of it. There's going to be people out there that are just, battling side of it. But I love collecting. Collectors. I love collecting. I love just mining for these shards, going adventuring, and I'm going to bring value to this ecosystem, and people are going to pay me for it because I'm going to get heaps of atlases, and then the people that want the Axodon, are going to buy all these atlases or all these Axons, or they'll literally buy an Axodon by the person that was willing to work for it and make it, and it'll be valuable. It's just oh man.
No, it's different. But the good thing is that because it's a fair release, so nobody can just jump into the game when it first launches and purchase those so-called packs, right? They can't buy these characters.
That's right.
So people actually have to put the work in order to make these characters.
Yeah.
They got to catch them. They got to battle them. They got to knock them out. Catch them in a shard. So hopefully they have the right shard to catch them. Then they have to catch a few of them and then continue to mint up.
And this creates a true economic ecosystem, because
It's about value.
Well,
there's each one of those too says value to me.
yes, but like in the real world, like we mix together our skills and our time, and that is worth something, right? And in this game, you're bringing together your skill and your time to be worth something and it's all hinges on, because everyone likes to play the game of life more or less. So we work because we want to have the best life that we can, and to do that we need to make some moolah. Well, in this game, it's a true economic ecosystem, because it's all hinged on if people want to play the game and it's fun. If it is a fun game, if people like to battle, it is competitive, and they really build out a truly valuable, fun game that everything else beneath it, people will work for, people will buy for. There will be a true economic ecosystem where true play to earn will exist. Like, actually, it's not fake. It's not they're diluting the supply of a token by just minting a bunch of their team. Like, it's just it's true economics. Like, and it's just haven't seen this, dude. We just haven't seen this before.
It's different. It's totally different. It's gonna end like we've been saying. I mean, we got tons of ideas cooking on how to capitalize on all the different dynamics that this game is bringing to the monetary system, or DeFi itself, and gaming.
Yeah,
would be a better way to put it.
Yeah, man, it's just so sick. Man, we're gonna take a while to get through all this, so we might have to cut this short. Maybe we'll hit like one or two more sections, and then maybe we'll touch base and see how much more we want to do. But I love this convo, bro. This is sick. So we were in team building, and yep. So we're at the point where we go, once you've collected 3 of those Illuvials, and you have reached their threshold level, you can fuse them together into a single more powerful creature, basically evolution. Right. Don't worry if an Illuvial gets injured. The shard it returns to has a time-based regenerative protocol.
So there is time-based. We were talking about this.
For anything stored within it. Interesting. Yeah, cool. So there's definitely going to be a element of you're going to battle.
So we were right. Yes, the speculation part. Yeah. So because right underneath it, look what it says. You can also pay a small fee to bring them back to full health.
Right. So they're basically they're health potions. Your fighting team will be able to get back to full health over certain intervals of time. If you want them back right away, however, it can be done by using various items or paying a small fee to bring them back to full health. Some are more rare than others, and if you're lucky, you might just get a shiny gold. Oh, sorry. This is now back to I've got something to say about the health stuff, but I'll just finish this. So this is back to Illuvials. Some are more rare than others, and if you are lucky, you might just get a shiny, gold, or holographic rare creature.
That's exciting.
So it's not just shiny, guys. There is there's holographics, and actually, I guess let's just see if we can get it up.
I actually think I heard a podcast on this, and he was talking about the holographic part in how drawing a blank on oh my god, yeah, look at that. That is serious.
That is cool. That.
Yeah.
I want one of those bad boys. Wow. Yeah. Did you were talking about the podcast of explaining how?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So yeah. He was talking about how he. What's his name?
Von Neumann. Is
I
it?
can't. Yes, Von Neumann. So I can't pull up my Discord right now. I don't know why.
We're still trying to figure out how to have multiple. I've literally got like 6 or 7 windows up right now. So
Yeah, so I can see the main one, but I can't see my original one. Either way, so Von Neumann, yeah. And there was a podcast on it, and he said, okay, I'll make a holographic. And he basically went back and he said, no, I'm really going to make it holographic. And he came back with that, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love it. And just to finish this paragraph off, if you do, your Illuvial will always stand out. Immediate and perhaps reign undefeated in the arenas. So
that's awesome.
So that's like, there's so many, just levels to this of just like awesomeness, just the adventure, the capturing, all of that is just going to be so fun. And that alone could actually bring a bunch of people that just pride themselves on their deck, regardless of whether the fighting's good. But the synergy between the game, the battling being really good and competitive and fun, and the adventuring and the capturing, if they get those both nailed, like, it'll be just, oh man, what a dream of a game. Now, I wanted to get back just quickly to the health side of it. So,
yep.
So now something. Okay, so when I was understanding this game, there was this like. And other crypto games, there was this thing that I kept on smelling mobile predatory game, and it wasn't because the way that like predatory mobile games work is that they get you in, and then they get you sort of hooked to a pretty good game loop, but then they put it behind a timer and or some sort of like threshold that you need to make that basically you just simply can't do unless you wait or you pay. And so then you're tested with patience or just coughing up some money. And I personally am just like, no good game, like no truly good video game, because I love wonderful story games and really just good competitive games, but no good game gates you like that. It's just such a, this is why it's predatory. It's just money grabbing, and it's just playing on human like addiction and stuff. And so when I started hearing things like this of like it's a time-based regenerative protocol, I'm like, oh, okay, are they like gating me so I can't just keep, because in Pokemon I basically get free potions. It's fairly easy to like, and not just potions, I can just go to a Nurse Joy and get my Pokemons healed up for free. But we got to I had to get past this because I realized this isn't that predatory thing, because like where in real life do you just get instant anything? Like when it's real life, it's not digital, and they have to replicate. Like if they want a real economy, they need to replicate real time and value. And so yes, you can heal over time, or you can pay for and it's not, and what you're paying for is not to the company to get these healing potions. There'll be people out there farming them and selling them. And so it's going to be a real economy where, you know, if I want my deck built in the backyard, I can't just be pissed off that like no one's built it for me. Like, you know, like it's like, no, I need to pay someone that's skilled to go and make it for me. And it's really, it's actually a good thing that they're that they're creating these value propositions, because you got to think of the person that wants to go out of their way and become the healing guy. We were talking about this of like, we could start up basically like a little business where we figure out the cycle. We could figure out the cycle of how to get these healing items, and then just farm them and we're also thinking of other ways to do it, but basically like we'll just figure out how can we basically be like the healing station. And it's pretty ironic because you're a nurse, so I was just like, oh, you've just got this healing heart, you just want to take care of people. But I know you want to make some money too, and so but we can, like, you know, and you're not just a nurse just because, you also do it for a job, you get paid money, and it's the same with this. You like, there will be people out there that go, you know what, like that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna sell it, and I'm gonna basically set up a shop and sell these healing shard potion things. And so I guess I just wanted to take away that, like, that if there's anyone that was like me that was skeptical of whether it was predatory, it's not. It's true economy. And it's important. It's actually going to be important for the game's life that's actually the case. Yeah, that's my spiel.
And all of that. Well, so in all of that too, again, goes back to the shareholders. Anyone that's holding ILV, the expenditures that come on from actually paying the fees end up coming back to you anyways if you're holding the token.
Yes, the fees from the marketplace. So there's going to be a marketplace where you're going to be buying and selling, and there will be a percentage that goes back to that'll be the revenue of the business. That's how and when I say business, it's the revenue of the organization, which is a decentralized organization, the DAO, and that will be. Well, and I guess it's not even going to the DAO. It's going to the token holders that are staking. Like, right. So
and so that would actually be one question that I would have, and maybe you know the answer and I don't, is, so say I go in with a team of Illuviums and one of them gets wiped out. So that my Illuvium fainted, and I'm like, I need my team. I want to pay to make this thing come back immediately. Am I making some kind of a payment inside the actual realm, or am I going to the marketplace and purchasing some kind of a health potion or whatever that brings that Illuvium back to full life? So am I paying, you know what I'm asking? Like, 100%. Am I paying the market? Okay, cool.
So it literally says it here. It can be done by using various items or paying a small fee. So it's
right, both. But so where's that small fee going? Is it like
that'd be just part of the revenue? It would just have to be part of the revenue of the game that then gets sent to the. So
we probably do that through the decks, right, or the marketplace.
Oh no, I reckon no.
Or
so
through
I reckon
the game.
I reckon the items will probably be randomly found, and like, I'm sure that you'll just be getting loot throughout the game, and you'll probably just find them and mine them or whatever. We don't know that yet, but then it's probably just literally a button that you go heal now for this much ILV, the native token, and then or Ethereum. And guys, this is what happens. The revenue, right? It's so people will be paying with either ILV or Ethereum. Then if it's Ethereum, periodically throughout the day, it's going to be market buying that like bulk buying ILV randomized so that people can't game it, and it's going to put all of this buying pressure on the token price because it's just buying constantly, like because the gameplay is happening and people are buying and selling things within the game, and they cut a little fee, they're healing, they're taking a little fee, and then they market buy, and then with all of that ILV that they've got, they're sending it out to all the people that are staking. So I guess the next video we need to do, Joshy, is create a staking video and explain how it works and explain how to do it.
Sure.
We got to do that. You've already been creating some B-roll for that, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah, I did.
Look,
so coming back real quick. So when you said ILV, isn't it? So the in-game asset is actually sILV, is it not?
Oh,
at least
okay.
for. But so is that in? Which is a good question for down the road, because once staking goes away, does it remain sILV or does it then become ILV?
That is a question for another day. But your original question, your original question, from what I understand, is that we will be getting. Because at the moment, ILV is on the main chain of Ethereum. Gas prices, the prices to be able to transact are high.
Right.
And so then they are, and as we know, they are building on top of Immutable X, which Gods Unchained developers have created, and it's a side chain to Ethereum. It's still within the Ethereum ecosystem, but there's no fees for transferring, and so then. But what they're doing is that they're putting, from what I understand, and anyone that's listening to this and wants to comment can comment and correct us on anything that we're doing right now, it's talking about right now. But we will, the token that'll be actually on in the game and on the Immutable X side of the chain will be sILV. And so, yes, you are right. I guess I'm shorthand saying ILV.
Right. Right.
But yes, technically it'll be sILV. And I guess, that's, dude, that will be another video. With like the difference between the two. So yeah, well, dude, look, we have a few more to go through. So it's affinities, classes, the Illuviary, which is, I think, the Pokedex. How do I play? In-game purchases, adventuring, battle arenas, Illuvidex. Illuvidex. Oh man, that's confusing. Illuvidex is the exchange. It's the so that's not a Pokedex, even though they must have had that internal debate, because that's a bit confusing.
So the Illuviary, I believe, is going to be kind of like maybe in a virtual encyclopedia.
Yeah, so that's what the Pokedex.
It says right there, almanac. Okay.
So
you stumble upon it. Okay.
Yeah. So that is like the Pokedex of Pokemon.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I love that you don't. Part of me loves it that you don't know Pokemon. Part of me doesn't like it because I'm like, dude, you're missing out and you don't know. But yes, you're asking good questions with people that don't know Pokemon. It's an encyclopedia of all the Pokemon, and basically, if you want to be the very best that no one ever was or whatever, you want to catch them all, right? You want to catch all the Pokemon, and how you track all of them is that you have your Pokedex, and your Pokedex will be like, you've seen this Pokemon, but you haven't caught it, or you've seen it and caught it, or there's number 132. What is it? We haven't seen it in the wild. You definitely haven't caught it, so we don't know anything about it. And so that'll probably be the same. Is that like, and I think this game will get released, and not every Illuvial will be shown, because they've leaked so many. And it's awesome.
Well, we're gonna catch them all.
That's what you say. I'm so afraid people are going to just play this game like crazy, because that's what we're going to do. But there is a lot more to this game overview that I'd like us to get to. But just for Whoa. Oh, you disappeared, bro. Are you still there? Oh. Joshy boy.
Back.
You're back, bro. What happened?
Lost you.
You disappeared.
I got click happy. I actually clicked my mouse and it took me to another realm.
Well, we can't see you at the moment, bro. But
Oh, coming back.
you're coming back. So how about we do a part 2?
Yep.
And
I think part 2 sounds right.
sounds
It's
good.
been a while.
yeah, but guys, thank you so much for listening to us just ramble on and just talk about Illuvium. We're definitely going to put this up as a podcast. So we'll there'll be a link in the description. This is up on YouTube. You'll probably be watching it. So look, and I've never exited a video before in my life, so welcome to a scramble. But yeah. We thank you so much for watching and listening, and we're just going to be pumping out just Illuvial content constantly, and we just so appreciate anyone that's here. If you could like, sub, whatever, that'd be incredible. So yeah, let's say goodbye, Josh.
See you next time.
Bye.